Hey guys, Alex Williams with Bratton Sports Performance. So today we're going to go over some of our advanced broad jump progressions. At this point you've probably already seen our video on the broad jump. And so what do we do from there with an athlete that's been through that for a number of weeks? One of the things we can do is add a band, give us a little bit of resistance into that. Another one that we like to do is we'll go into a single leg broad jump for some of our stronger athletes, but we can also kind of change up the parameters of that exercise, change the focus a little bit into something a little more reactive. So the first progression I'm going to show you is our band resisted broad jump. And so we'll set up a band around a pole like this, just looping two bands together and then looping one end of that band around the pole here. So we're just going to have the athlete step inside the band around the waist, around the belt line. We'll go facing straight out, and then from there we want to make sure we have a little bit of tension on that band, not that we're fighting against, but just enough to make sure it's tight, that we're not fighting any slack or jumping into any slack. From there we're just going to go a desired number of reps into that broad jump. So I'll give you one here. So like I said, we'll step into that outside part of the band, going around the belt line, facing forward, getting those hips back into a jump out and controlling that jump. So the next progression of our broad jump that we'll go through is our single leg broad jump. Now we can do this one of two ways. Okay, we'll jump off of one leg but land onto two, or if we're very advanced, got an athlete that's been doing this for a number of years, we can go a single leg broad jump into a single leg landing. We're going to keep the reps real low, but we are going to make sure the focus is still on creating that horizontal push and controlling that landing. So for a single leg jump to a 2-foot landing, we're just going to set up on that 1 foot, get those hips back, push, and land. So finishing up our broad jump progression, like I said in the very beginning, we can kind of change up the parameters of the exercise and what we're kind of asking out of it. So the next two we're going to cover is our hop back broad jump, and in order to do that we're just going to start with a small hop backwards before we explode out into that broad jump forwards. The last one we'll cover is a consecutive broad jump, where as soon as we hit the ground we're just right into that next broad jump. So starting with that hop back broad jump, all we want to do is just set up like a normal broad jump. We're going to take a small hop behind us, and then as soon as we hit the ground we want to drive out forward. So it's a hop and out. So our final progression is going to be that consecutive broad jump. So on this drill we're actually going to change up the focus a little bit. Most of our broad jumps we really focus on getting a nice long horizontal push out, covering some distance on each jump. On this one we're just going to focus on the quickness into that next jump. We're still going to be moving forward, but the focus is rather on the quickness than the distance here. So to set up, it's the same starting position. We want to be feet under our hips. We're going to get those hips behind us, but as soon as we jump out and get into that or touch the ground, we're into our next jump. So we're hips back, jump,